A lot of men I work with carry a silent weight. They put in the effort, hitting the gym, eating clean, staying disciplined. But by afternoon, they're wiped out. By evening, the spark's just gone. They sit across from me, exhausted, frustrated, and wondering, has my body just given up on me? I've heard that question more times than I can count, and I always tell them the same thing. You're not broken. You're just running on the wrong fuel. After 30 years helping men reclaim their energy, drive, and confidence, I've learned that you don't need a drawer full of pills or some expensive treatment. The truth is a lot simpler than people realize, and I want to show you exactly how I help men flip the switch, starting with one fruit that changes the game: watermelon. Now, don't roll your eyes just yet. I used to overlook it too. But when I dug into the research, and more importantly, saw the results with my own patients, I realized watermelon isn't just a sweet snack. It's a circulatory powerhouse. See, watermelon is loaded with an amino acid called citrulline. Your body converts it into arginine, and arginine fuels nitric oxide. Why should you care? Because nitric oxide is what tells your blood vessels to relax and open up. Better blood flow means better energy, better performance, especially where it matters most. Let me tell you about Carlos. He was 71 when he came to see me. "Doc," he said, "I don't feel like myself anymore." His posture was heavy, his eyes were tired, and his confidence? Gone. He wasn't looking for a miracle, just a lifeline. So I gave him something incredibly simple. 200 milliliters of pure watermelon juice every morning. No fancy supplements, no prescriptions, just real food. 2 weeks later, Carlos walked into my office with a spark I hadn't seen before. He smiled, sat tall, and even cracked a joke. "My wife keeps giving me that look again, Doc." And I'll be honest, I got goosebumps. Because that right there, that's the power of giving your body what it actually needs. It wasn't magic. It was nitric oxide doing its job. And the watermelon was the trigger. Clinical studies back this up too. Men who consume watermelon regularly see measurable improvements in erection quality and duration without medication. It's safe, natural, and your body actually recognizes it. But it goes deeper than that. Watermelon also reduces oxidative stress, which damages the lining of your arteries as you age. It helps keep your blood vessels strong, smooth, and open, supporting everything from heart health to brain function to stamina. And trust me, when your blood is flowing the way it should, you show up differently. You stand taller, you speak with more certainty. You feel grounded, alive. So if you've been waking up already tired or wondering why your energy crashes halfway through the day, don't chalk it up to aging. Start by fueling your circulation. Skip the extra caffeine tomorrow morning and try what I tell my patients. Pour yourself a glass of watermelon juice, just once a day. Give it a week. Your body will notice. So will everyone around you. This is where I begin with every man who walks through my door. And it's where I want you to begin too. Because this is just the start. Blueberry, the silent hormone balancer. Now let me tell you about the second fruit I swear by. I call it the silent hormone balancer. It's not flashy. It's not hyped on commercials. But it's one of the most powerful tools I've used in helping men naturally bring their testosterone levels back into alignment. I'm talking about blueberries. You see, one of my patients, Eduardo, came to me when he was 67. And what he said still sticks with me. "Doc, I just don't feel like a man anymore." That hit hard. Because this wasn't a lazy guy. He was active, intelligent, disciplined, doing everything the world told him to do. But something inside had gone dim, not just in the bedroom, but in how he showed up for his life. He felt invisible, small, like his edge had been dulled. That's not just age talking, that's hormones. Specifically testosterone. Now, I'm not here to glorify testosterone like it's some magic bullet, but I am here to tell you that when your levels drop, it affects more than muscle mass and libido. It changes how you feel about yourself. That fire in your chest when you wake up ready to attack the day. That confidence in your handshake. that clarity in your decisions? That's testosterone. And here's the truth a lot of guys don't know. You can raise it naturally, without injections, without patches, and without expensive clinics. You just have to know what your body actually needs. That's where blueberries come in. They're loaded with anthocyanins, antioxidants that specifically fight inflammation. And inflammation, my friend, is testosterone's silent killer. Chronic stress, poor sleep, processed food. It all adds up. Your body's under siege and your hormones suffer. Blueberries help reverse that. They calm the system down. They lower cortisol, the stress hormone that puts the brakes on testosterone. And they're rich in magnesium and vitamin C, two nutrients I always check for in my patients because they're essential for hormone balance. I had Eduardo eat a small handful of blueberries every day, fresh if possible, frozen if not. That was it. Nothing fancy. No supplements. Just one change. By the end of the first week, he told me, I feel more like myself again. And it wasn't just about libido. His sleep improved. His mood lifted. His motivation started creeping back in. I could see it in his eyes. He was present again. Alive in his own body. I've seen this time and time again. And it still amazes me how something so small, a cup of fruit, can shift the way a man experiences his life. So if you've been feeling foggy, heavy, or just off, start here. Add blueberries to your breakfast. Snack on them instead of chips. Let them do what they're meant to do. Heal. I'm not telling you this to sell you some program. I'm telling you this because I've watched men come back to life. Real men, not models, not influencers, just guys like you and me. And all they did was listen to their biology instead of the marketing. You don't need to get fixed. You need to feed what's already inside you. Start with blueberries. And feel what happens when your hormones finally get the support they've been waiting for. Mango, the energy powerhouse. Now let me bring you to the third fruit in this trio. And honestly, it's the one I think gets overlooked the most. People love to eat it for its sweetness, but they have no idea what it's doing behind the scenes. I'm talking about mangoes. Most men just see mango as a treat, a dessert. Something to enjoy once in a while if you're not watching your sugar. But let me tell you something. I've watched this one fruit reignite energy in men who were dragging themselves through every single day. And I'm not exaggerating. Take Raphael, for example, a 74-year-old retired professor who came to see me. Proud man, sharp mind. The kind of guy who always had something interesting to say. But when he sat across from me, I saw something I've seen 100 times. His shoulders slouched, eyes tired, voice flat. He told me, I wake up tired, Doc, not just physically, mentally, emotionally. It's like I'm already drained before the day even begins. Now, I don't just throw prescriptions at a complaint like that. I ask questions. I dig into their habits. And when I asked Raphael what he had for breakfast, he said something I hear way too often. I usually skip it. That was the clue. Here's the thing. After 60, your body doesn't just snap into gear when you open your eyes. You have to give it a signal. You have to fuel it in a way it understands. And mango is that signal. This fruit is rich in vitamin C and potassium, two nutrients your body craves in the morning. Potassium keeps your heart steady and blood pressure balanced. Vitamin C supports your arteries and boosts nitric oxide levels, which pairs beautifully with the watermelon I mentioned earlier. But the real magic? It's in the natural sugars. Clean, unprocessed carbohydrates that your cells know exactly how to use. I'm not talking about a sugar rush and crash. I'm talking about steady, stable, natural energy that fuels your muscles, brain, and nervous system. When I had Raphael start his morning with half a mango, just that, alongside a glass of water and maybe a bit of yogurt, things shifted. Within days, he came back and said something I'll never forget. I feel like the lights turned back on. He wasn't relying on coffee just to function. He didn't need a nap at 10 a.m. His thoughts were clearer, his body felt lighter, and even his mood had lifted. That's what real energy looks like. Not a buzz, not a crash, not an artificial high. Just flow. Mangoes also contain B vitamins, which help your body convert food into fuel and support a calm, balanced nervous system. Less irritability, better focus, more patience. You start to feel like you again. And here's what I always tell my patients. You don't have to eat the whole fruit if you're watching your sugar. Even a few slices taken mindfully in the morning can give your body what it's been missing. So if you're someone who's been running on empty, wondering why you feel disconnected, heavy, or just worn out, it might be time to look at what you're not giving yourself. Mango isn't a luxury, it's a tool. One that speaks directly to your biology and says, it's time to rise again. Etulva Eustrarb. Now listen, this isn't about trying to be 25 again. It's about taking back the strength, energy, and confidence that's always been in you. Most men don't need a miracle pill or some expensive clinic visit. What they need is the right kind of fuel. Daily, consistent, and real. That's why I keep coming back to these 3 fruits. Watermelon for blood flow. Blueberries for hormone balance. Mango for deep, lasting energy. Nothing synthetic. Just pure, powerful nutrition your body actually recognizes and craves. Every morning, I want you to do something simple. 200 milliliters of watermelon juice. Half a mango, a handful of blueberries, and a big glass of water. It'll take you 5 minutes, but what you're doing is telling your body, I'm still in this. I still want to feel strong. I still want to live fully. And if you do it consistently, your body will respond. I've seen it happen over and over again. The fatigue fades. The mood lifts. The fire returns. And it all starts with what you choose to put on your plate each morning. I promised you a bonus, and here it is. Hydrate right after this fruit combo. It's simple but crucial. Hydration maximizes nutrient absorption and gives those fruits the push they need to work their magic. Now, if this message spoke to you, do me a favor, share it. There's a man in your life who probably needs to hear this just as much as you did. Don't keep it to yourself. Drop a comment below. Tell me what hit you hardest, or what you're still struggling with. I read everything, and your words help shape the next video. And if you want more truth, real practical solutions that don't insult your intelligence, subscribe. Hit the bell, stick around. Because I'll be here, giving you what works. This isn't the end of your story. It's just a new chapter. One that starts with something as small and as powerful as 3 fruits. Let's rebuild from the inside out.